Right, so we're now at the next stage, having built the mob spawner chamber. I'm just going to break through so that we can see what it's like in here. So we've got this prepared surface, prepared walls, and the turtles ended up facing the inside. So the next stage is to place the flooded floor, which is, let's go to option 6, and then flood mob farm floor, which is number 3. So you'll see it shows a diagram of the plan of the spawner in the centre with the walls around it, and the turtle just here in front of the centre of the wall. So everything's in the correct place now. And then the side view, you can see the spawner is several blocks high and the turtle's down here on the floor. You can of course put the turtle on any of the sides. It doesn't have to be specifically the one that it came out of. If you wanted to change it, you can do. So enter to continue, and now we've now got a choice, the traditional bubble lift, or we can use a Computercraft mob softener, which is a new thing. I didn't have this on the old series. This time I will do the bubble lift just so that it's done again, because again it's been modified. But there's another skeleton spawner a very short distance away, so I will off camera prepare that one, and we'll do a Computercraft mob softener on that one. So for this one we're doing the bubble lift. So we want 2 water buckets, so let's put the fences in. One slab, 1 dirt or soul sand. So I've got the soul sand, let's put one of those in. Okay, so we can watch how this prepares its floor. What it's doing at the moment is just measuring the size of the chamber to make sure that it is 9 by 9. And then it's preparing the floor in a pattern specifically for the water flow for a mob's crusher that is a bubble lift design. So there's a different pattern used if we're going to do the Computercraft softener. So as I say, we'll do that on the other skeleton spawner, which is only a short distance away from here. So it's digging out the floor. Then it will place water in the corners. Stayed in creative so that I could watch what was happening. So let's place the fencing, signs, and soul sand. So everything is now in place for when the mobs are falling out of here. They get washed down here. This obviously will be blocked up, and then they can get washed onto the soul sand and up through the bubble column. Now we want to create a mob drop so that the bubble columns on this soul sand will rise up, go across, and then come crashing down so that we can weaken and then pick up the mobs. In creative mode, I have hollowed out this entire area, well, almost entire area, so that we can see how the turtle actually creates the mob drop. So normally, of course, this would not be in that kind of empty state, so this is just for tutorial purposes. So we'll go to Toolkit as before, the spawner farm tools and then create mob bubble lift. This shows you the plan view where you've got the turtle on soul sand in front of the mob farm wall. Turtle, soul sand, mob farm wall, and in front of that are the two fences which are down in the water just here. When it's finished, the bubble column will be where the turtle currently is standing, and then you can have a kill zone either the left or the right. So let's press enter to continue. Because I've cleared the right side, we'll choose option 2. Now I haven't got any slabs here, so we can actually craft them by dropping 3 stone in there, and it will craft the slabs for us, which is quite handy. 2 water buckets, and then a bunch of stone. You don't have to put the hopper in, but it helps to get it set up automatically for you, and 2 chests. So let's get out of the way. The first step is that it will make a water source by just creating a 3x1 pit, making sure that the bottom and the sides are whole, and then placing 2 water sources, one at each end. That creates the infinite source. Next job is to build a column. Let's get out of the way again. Which at the moment is empty, right up this way. I think it goes about 19-20 blocks, something like that. So we'll catch it up when it gets closer to the top. Now the next thing it's doing is to build a mob transporter, which will carry the mobs once they come up the bubble column across. So the way it's building this is that, as you could see from that water that I disturbed on this side, this entire area was full of water, and it didn't correctly make this because it got flooded. So this time it's doing it with a different method, where it's creating a completely solid tube so that all water blocks are deleted. And then once it reaches this point, it goes down and then heads along this way. So it deletes this solid block here at the same time as building out the sides and base. You can see that the turtle is now going down to the water source below. Let's follow it down. Gathering 2 buckets of water. Placing the first one, a block, second one and a block, so we've increased the height of the column by 2. Okay, so it's now completed the column. It's just going to refill its buckets because it needs one to drop here. So what we're going to do is to go up and break these 2 just so you can see what happens and when. So remember that this would normally be solid. So it seals that end, places a water source there, and then heads along to this end. And then it's dropping now down to create a shaft right down to the ground level. So we can drop in here now just to check that this is, there we go. So right, so here it is coming down, and once it's reached I think it's 17 block drop, then it starts to build this chamber, which is where the player can stand while waiting for the mobs to drop down. So it's building the ceiling first, and it's going to be, if I remember right, 4 by 7 long. Right, as you can see, it's filling in the missing floor panels here, so this is the final layer. It will also destroy gravel and put a different block in. Make sure you have a solid floor. Now notice it's blocked off the shaft. That will be corrected by itself in a moment. There we are. It's reopened that drop shaft. Now it's laying slabs with blocks on top. Now I'm going to place the water source. Now I'm going to reopen this side so that we have access to the original area that we were working on. There's the water source down there. And it should now place the chests and hopper. And there we are. So the turtle's now done its job. So this should now be an active. So what should happen is that the skeletons will spawn, get carried up the column across, drop down, then they'll gather in here. In fact, we should be able to clear that just to be able to see them when they come crashing down. So I've just made a small change to the design here. I've placed manually a slab here and a slab here so that I can now attack the skeletons and collect any debris that they lose without having to wait for them to go down the route here. Right, I've just built this mob spawner around a zombie spawner, and I was about to start the next stage here with creating a piston-driven, lava-driven mob softener. My understanding was that in order for you to gain experience from killing mobs, you either had to, you as the player, kill them, or at least confuse the game into thinking that your lava softener and you at the same place were doing the job. It appears the same thing works, which I did not realise, or maybe it's new to this latest version of CC Tweets, but we have a miner in here killing the mobs of all sizes as they're coming through, just armed with a single pickaxe, not even with a sword. And as you can see, all of the experience points are coming to me. I will probably just put a slab in across here to reduce the height of it so that the small ones can't jump out. But this couldn't be easier, and the code is unbelievably complex. Here we are, one line. While true, do turtle attack, end. That's it. It's a continuous while loop. It's just attacking constantly using the diamond pickaxe. And it's working. So that's quite bizarre. And we're getting all the experience points. So having spent a lot of time making a mob spawner that, or a mob softener that used pistons, lava, and a Computercraft to control it, I might as well still show you how that works, but I've just discovered it's completely unnecessary. So, so what I'm going to do with this one is to create a dedicated killing turtle that is armed with 2 swords. As you see, the mobs don't actually have to be directly in front of it. They can be, I think, between 2 and 3 blocks ahead, and they still receive the attacks from the turtle. So I shall go off and make a dedicated attack turtle, and that can be left here ready to destroy the mobs whenever we're ready. So I've changed the turtle to a very cheap mining turtle, except all I've equipped it with is a sword. So very little resources, same code running, while true do, turtle.attack end. What I've done is I've brought with me a hopper. Okay, so I've just written a very short program that attacks and then draws in and stores anything down here, and all of the mobs there. I'm thinking maybe to put another sword on this side, because this little creature here was kind of shielded, so we can't jump out because we put the slab here, but yeah, that's got him. Yep, plenty of rotten flesh being collected here, plenty of XP. Yep, I think we're on to a winner here. And all nice and easy. As you can see, the sword moving, killing the mobs, XP is coming through. Then we've got 6 spawner tools, and then number 5, Computercraft mob grinder. So that's the help screen. So we've got the turtle facing outwards at the exit to the farm cube here. So this, when the water supply was added, it's slightly different. It comes right up to the margin just here. So we're in the right place. I've got a couple of sticky pistons, so we're going to use option 1. So it wants some stone, obviously. And it will ask for more supplies later. Now what this is supposed to do is to kill off the attacking mobs and then place a stone below. And the same again up here. It will continue to attack until it's able to place a stone below. There we go. So it's trapped them in. They can't jump high enough to get out. And what it's doing now is to place a ceiling up here. It's placing the floor now. Let's just get that lit up. Right, so it's now waiting for more supplies to be put in. It's going to throw out everything, so we're not quite ready for that. So let's put a chest down and clear out. Also, I wasn't anticipating there would be a hole round about, so let's seal that up manually. So it's throwing everything out. That's clear. Now we can add 20 stone to any slots, so we can choose whatever. It's suggesting maybe you want to match the existing walls. I don't think it really matters, so there you go. One computer, there it is. 2 sticky pistons. Oh my. I think it wants redstone and polished blocks as well from memory. That's 2 sticky pistons. Any polished block, 23. That'll do it. Any wall block, yep. Stone slabs. Stone pressure plates. That's your chest. And 9 redstone. One lava. Right. Okay. So it's now building the structure it needs for the computer. Placing redstone. That's the computer going in. And now it's building a tower up to the top there. Of course, this entrance or exit here has to be open so we can see them where they are. Now, at the moment, of course, this is not operating because although the redstone works, there's no lava to soften them up. So this is based on a method I saw online, but of course it used redstone to do the logic between pushing the pistons backwards and forwards, whereas I'm doing it with this one. And we're going to use this pastebin run here, so it's a different one to the toolkit. I'll put it into the description. Let's go back to the game here. So right click on the computer, pastebin run, hit enter. So it wants a name. Right, so if we list the files that are in there, you'll see there's setup and startup. So the one we want to use is setup. And it's got a similar screen here. It's showing 2 pages. Mob larvae softener using 2 sticky pistons. Note your layout left or right. The next screen is using 2 normal pistons. So this is the layout that we've got. We've got the dispenser on the right, and we've got the sticky pistons here and here, slabs, computer, dispenser, stone. If you look at this, you'll see that it does correspond with what you can see here. So we'll press enter for the next page, and this shows you using 4 normal pistons. So a slightly different arrangement. Piston type is 1 2 sticky pistons. Computer dispenser layout, lava dispenser on the right side of the computer, which is here. That's where it is. It's on the right side of the computer. So that's option 1. So we've got this computer is single, the layout is right, and the piston is sticky, and the config text style written. And now what we do is we reboot, and then startup will run, and it says waiting for player to activate. So let's go and activate. Lava comes across. When I whack the skeletons, we get a lot of damage from the lava, and they die, and we get all the goodies. I'll hit them with the axe. So, given that, as we discovered on the last video, that I can actually just kill them using the turtle here, this kind of seems a bit of a waste of effort, but it was just nice to set up a computer program to drive the timing for the pistons and so on, rather than using redstone. But it works, but it's just so much easier and quicker. Well, my axe is repaired, so everything's back to normal.